Hello everyone, this is one in Amelian. Welcome back to another episode of More to Life Than Mondays. I'm so excited to make another episode for you guys because today we're going to be talking about my pet peeves. And yes, I know in this video I'm probably going to get very annoyed once I mention what my pet peeves are and some examples, so I'm going to try to contain myself to not make this video super negative, but I am going to be honest with you guys, so I hope nobody gets annoyed that maybe you might be this person, but if you are, we can work it out, guys. We're all mature people here, unless you're some of my younger subscribers, then you'll know to work it out. If you guys are wondering where I got these super pretty earrings from, actually my mom made these for me like a good probably 10 years ago. And I still have them. I haven't worn them in so long, so I wanted to wear them for you guys and kind of show them off and show, you know, if my mom notices, she might be like, oh my god, I made those earrings. So yeah, if you're watching, Mom, I love you. So yeah, let's get right into it, guys. Alright, I'm basically going to be concentrating on my top 5 pet peeves because I know I have a lot to say about each one of them. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so my first number one just worst pet peeve that I absolutely just hate is people that patronize me. And just so you know, patronizing someone is basically treating someone as an inferior because that person believes that the other person maybe doesn't know what they're doing, is somehow inferior to them, or that person has some sort of ego complex where they think that they're the best and they're the king and only they know the absolute best and everyone else is just not as great as they are. Now, this is the reason why I'm annoyed by it. I admit it, I have a really big ego. I don't think I'd be able to be a YouTuber if I didn't have one. And I pride myself in being capable, knowledgeable, very apt at doing what I can do really good, be it my skill set in my career. I'm really good at what I do. I do admit and am self-aware that I am not the greatest filmmaker, YouTuber, whatever, greatest person, prettiest person. I'm not the best, the absolute best at everything. I know that no one is the best at anything. And I know that each person has a weakness, and though they may be really, really good at doing one thing, they are going to be really, really bad at doing something else. With that said, when I have people around me that may know more than me or may think they know more than me, that treat me as an inferior and think that I don't know what I'm talking about, think that I didn't, say, go to film school and don't already know what they're talking about, or just completely just overshadow what I just said and rehash what I just said as what they said, that's just no, friend. Like, that is my number one trigger because I've always seen people that are younger than me or less experienced than me as a teachable moment where I can explain to them how to do what I know how to do based on what I've learned. I know that not everyone was taught the same way, not everyone has the same experiences, so you can't just dismiss someone for not knowing how to do something the way you do it. As a young person, when I'm speaking to other young people, they understand, you know, because I feel like there is this really big gap between generations where a lot of older people, and here I'm getting into a touchy subject, but I know it's quite popular for a lot of baby boomers, a lot of older people to just bash my generation and the younger generation. I'm generation millennial, by the way, which goes from, I think, 20-year-olds to 35-year-olds, something like that. There's a lot of baby boomers that just think that, oh, you're younger, you're a millennial, you're lazy, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, that's become such a quick and common generalization then rather than stopping and thinking, oh, maybe this person knows what they're talking about. They're young, but they have their own experiences. Let me listen to what they have to say before I jump to conclusions. And I'm not trying to generalize, but I am seeing a good percentage do this, where they assume, and I know that it's typical and it'll probably happen to my generation when we become the new baby boomers. We're gonna bash the younger generation for things like Tide Pods, you know. But without getting too into it, I don't think, and I don't judge baby boomers, and I never judge the younger generation either. I try to just see each person as an individual and treat everyone as an equal, and think that mindset where, you know, this person has their own experiences, let me hear them out. And I have met a lot of young people that are either my age or younger than me that are very skilled and very smart and sometimes even more capable than me, and I acknowledge it and I, you know, learn from them. What I'm trying to get at is the people that patronize, the people that just don't listen to you when you're trying to speak and speak over you. People that are having a conversation and you try to say something and they don't even acknowledge you. They don't listen to you. And you have to say things 2-3 times until you give up because they don't hear you. Whereas someone else interjects that they think is unequal and comes into the conversation and they listen to them, but they didn't listen to you. Like, that's not okay. I don't care if you're sexist, homophobic, anything, or if you just don't like this person. I don't think it's fair and it's disrespectful and rude. And even when it comes to people I don't like, I still give them a voice, and I think that's very important, to be open and to be accepting of everyone and everyone's opinion, and to admit that sometimes someone that you might not like might know something better than you. I know that was super long, but I'm gonna try to kind of go through the other ones quickly so this isn't such a long video. But a second one that kind of is similar to the first one is being micromanaged. I hate being micromanaged. I know my skills and I know what I can do and I know what I'm good at. And if, say, I'm going into a new job where I might not be super familiar at doing one thing, or just make a mistake, just because I made one mistake or because I might not know something very well, doesn't mean that I have to have someone just on me at all times. I hate those kind of jobs or projects or people that just have their ego so big that they think they have to have control over everything. Even me with my leadership skills, when I choose to work with people, like say on film projects and I hire people like under me, I always make sure to choose skilled people and I just let them go. And usually there's more harmony. When I did my senior thesis short film in my university, I chose a group of skilled individuals and I let them do their thing. I told them what my vision was, what I was trying to accomplish, and they knew what they had to do in each of their positions because they had experience, they had knowledge. They were all young, some were younger than me, some were a little bit older, but we were all within the same generation of being young. It was a harmonious environment, and from personal experience where I've been in leadership positions, I know that micromanaging people and being on top of people and using scare tactics is the worst thing you could do. And people are gonna leave and they're not gonna like you and the environment isn't gonna be as harmonious. So 100% think about that one if you are a micromanager. The third one is going to be skewing a little bit away from the topic that we've discussed so far, but it's feral children. So personally, I try not to judge people or parents. It's a common known thing for people to want to judge other parents and parenting and, oh, this person shouldn't do it like this, they should do it like this. Everyone has their own opinion. But I personally just hate it when there's just like utter chaos, you know? Like, I don't believe in micromanaging a child, but you have to have a base of okay, like a guideline of teaching your child, this is what's okay, this is what's not okay. I've had so many experiences where I've been in a line and kids have been grabbing my butt and kicking my leg, and it's like they're like right behind me. There was this one experience actually recently when I went to Disney World where we were in the line to go see Illuminations, the night show at Animal Kingdom. And there was this kid with the mom, and you know, the kid kept grabbing my ass and kept kicking my legs, and I just couldn't take it anymore, because it was like every like 2 minutes this would happen in a line where we were in a line for 30 minutes, and I was like, this is not okay. And the mom isn't doing anything, she's not saying anything, she's talking with the people behind her. And it's like, if I were a mom and I would see my kid kicking and violating someone else, I'd be like, no. Just because you're a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old doesn't mean you get to get away with that. You have to teach them what's right and what's wrong. And I don't know if I'd whoop their ass, but I would set them aside and talk to them very sternly that that is not okay, and they need to change their behavior, and they need to go to that person and apologize, because that is huge. Like, if you're an adult, you would not be okay with that. A fight would start, you know? An argument would start. So why is it okay for a kid to do? You can't teach a kid that that's okay, you know? So things like that. I gave that kid a death stare, and that kid like backed off a little bit, and the mom was like, hello there. Like, really? Hello there? It's like, excuse me, you know what your child is doing. Show your child that that is not okay. It's not in my position. Like, it'd be super, like, I knew that if I said anything, she was gonna like fight me, because all I did was give him like a death stare. Like, he knew what he was doing was wrong. But, you know, children test you, and you have to just set it straight. And I'm not there to like teach like other people's children. I'm not like, that's not my job. That's your job as a parent. And I know like people are like, oh, I'm tired, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, well, I mean, it's not my kid. I'm not there to scare your kid. I'm not going to traumatize your kid as a stranger, you know, it's your job. Like, I already did my fair share of death stare, and the kid knew, because he took a step back and he was like, but of course, the mom didn't say anything, and the kid kept doing it 5 minutes later. So, you know, I can't. I was a good kid. My mom always prided herself in telling people that I was a good kid. So, I don't know. I feel like it's not that hard to just correct behavior immediately. If you see that happening, it's not okay. And I know some parents do it and are really good at it. And when I see parents doing it, I'm like, bravo. Bravo, there you go. That's what you have to do. And when I see good kids, I'm like, see, it's not hard. Because I see good kids. Anthony's nephews are great kids. So it's not hard to teach him not to be brats. So just saying, I don't mean to trigger some of you out there, but you know, just speaking the truth. Another pet peeve that I have, number 4, is people that move or touch or sit on my stuff. I know this is like kind of like common sense. I feel like for a lot of you are like, really? Like, who would sit on your stuff? But you'd be surprised. Personally, I would consider myself that I live in a chaotic, organized environment, but everything is in its place. I need to be able to easily see something to know that it exists. And if it is in a pouch, inside another pouch, inside a bag, inside a cabinet, and I can't see it, I'm not gonna know it exists, and I'm gonna forget about it. And if people move it, then I don't know where it is, and it's just like, oh my God, please stop. Now I don't know where it is, and then you forget where you put it, and it's like, no, get away, my space, my bubble, stay away, go away. And when it comes to sitting on my stuff, it's like, you know, when I go to a party and I put like my bag in the farthest chair where I know people won't sit, and then people sit on my bag. If I go to a party and I see a bag on a chair, I tend to not sit on that chair and just stand until the person moves the bag and is like, oh, I'm sorry, did you want to sit? Oh, thank you. You didn't need to move your bag, but thank you. And then I sit on the chair. Or, you know, if I really need to sit, just move the bag somewhere else close by, put it like on the floor next to the chair, put it on a table next to the chair, but not sit on the bag on the chair, or like a big one, like on chair rests. I put my jacket a lot, and then people sit on the chair rest and their back is like slowly approaching my jacket, and I'm like, I don't know if your back is dirty. I'm like super like clean that way, so I like rip my jacket off and I'm like, I'm so sorry, this is in your way. Please let me move this for you so you can become more comfortable. It's really just an excuse to, I mean, I'm trying to be nice while at the same time I don't want people to touch or sit on my stuff. That's just me, you know, I don't like it. My last pet peeve is smokers. This is gonna be a trigger warning for you guys out there. Sorry if you are one of these people. I personally have a very, very sensitive sense of smell. I can smell everything from a mile away. Their smell is just so potent and in my face and unforgiving, and they're everywhere. Even in places where you're like, why are you here? Like, for example, they're not kind of tucked out of the way, but they're in the way to somewhere. Or when you're like walking down the street and they're just smoking and the smoke wafts into your beautiful face just to ruin your day. Or it's in a building where you clearly are not allowed to smoke, or in an area where you clearly have to be 10 to 20 paces away to be able to smoke. I don't care what you smoke, because most things that people smoke are just disgusting. I do appreciate, though, vapors that have nicely scented flavors, I guess you want to call them. But, you know, because that's at least, it's bad to smell it and to ingest it through your nostrils, but it's not a bad smell. Like cookies and cream, fine. I'll probably die if I smell this too much from secondhand smoking, but it's fine. By the way, vaping is just as bad as smoking. Look it up. Okay, bye. If I can smell you, you are invading my space. So, pet peeve. All right, guys, that's the last one for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my top 5 pet peeves, and if you were peeved by my pet peeves, sorry, not sorry. This is just my personal opinion. I don't mean to offend anyone directly, or this isn't meant as a personal attack to any person directly. This was just my pet peeves in general, and I was just being honest because I'm honest with you guys, and if you don't like it, I'm sorry. But if you did like it, make sure to subscribe down below for more videos just like this, and give the video a like so that I can keep making more videos like this. And comment down below, were any of my pet peeves also one of your top 5 pet peeves? If not, which are your top 5 pet peeves? Please let me know in the comment section below so we can bond over them. Maybe some of your top 5 pet peeves are even me, and I would get offended, but I won't, I promise. If you guys know of anyone that has similar pet peeves to me, make sure to share this video with your friends and family so that we can bond over just what annoys us in life. And to follow my adventures and what's coming up on my channel, make sure to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see ya in the next one. Bye!